So y equals mx plus b. Now we're getting into the graphing aspect of it. This is a very common y equals mx plus b because it represents the slope-intercept form of the equation of the line. So what we're going to start to do, and you've probably seen this in past math courses, is take a line like this, right, and make an equation that represents the line. So what equation connects to this line such that every time I put a point on that line, it also works in the equation. And you read the title, this is the slope-intercept form of the equation. And why it's called that is because m is the slope. Now if you remember, the slope is just a measure of steepness. There's no units. It's basically a ratio of how steep it is. Basically they're comparing how far it goes this way versus its vertical component, which means I'm taking a line and I'm telling me how steep it is. The higher the number for slope, the steeper the line is. So something that has a slope of say 0.5 is going to be kind of like shallow, like my arm. Something that would have a slope of maybe 4 is going to be steep like this. It's just a measure of steepness. The b represents the y-intercept. And the y-intercept, all it is where does it cross the y-axis, okay? So knowing the slope and the y-intercept allows you to create an equation that represents this line, okay? There are other forms of equation. There's standard form, there's slope-intercept form, but there's just intercept form, okay? There's factored form, but the slope-intercept form is the one that's very common and the most easiest to use, and that's one we're going to look at for the next few slides.